Good morning, Santa Clarita. Delgado here with you on this Thursday, February 5th, and I am not alone. I have a special guest in with me from loanDepot, your reverse mortgage specialist. The crowd goes wild. I have Scott Hoolahan with me. Good morning, Scott.
Morning, my friend. How are you?
Good. We were just talking about Super Bowl. I got hyped up, in the audience mode, kind of getting
Yeah,
ready.
yeah. It's that time of year. Good news, bad news. Biggest game of the year. Next week, no football.
Right, no more
We
football.
go
But then
through a
just
dry
around the
spell.
corner is baseball. So
Yeah,
there is
yeah, yeah.
that.
There we go. Go Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
baby.
go Dodgers. And again, you can hear
Yeah.
them all season long here on KHTS. But we're here to talk about it's the beginning of the year, and a lot of people already have their W-2s and taxes and finances are on the brain coming out of the holidays and everything like that. But they have a lot of questions out there, again, with taxes and other deals, their mortgages, the reverse mortgages, and what they can do with it. And then obviously buying and selling, purchasing, so many questions, but that's why they come to you. What have clients come to you or with their concerns most about? What's that kind of on people's top of mind now?
Yeah, I think you're spot on, right? Going into the springtime, as we approach March and April, it's typically what the real estate community looks at as their busy season. It's when people start thinking about listing a home, buying a home. To your point, getting those all that paperwork together, W-2s, tax returns, to be able to qualify. And what I like to really what I've been talking about with you over the last several months when I come in is about a unique mortgage product called the reverse mortgage product, reverse mortgage loan. And it's called that because it's super simple to explain. It's the reverse of what we think of when we think of a mortgage, because instead of you paying the mortgage company, you're using the equity that you've amassed in that property to now either pay you or live there with no monthly payment. We always got to pay taxes and insurance, so that's take that off the table. That's a must. We all have to do that. But that big part of the mortgage payment, the principal and interest, can be completely removed with a reverse mortgage product. And as I talk about, we're moving into the selling season, buying season, and my first question to anybody when we start talking about a reverse mortgage is, are we in the forever home? Is it home sweet home forever? Is that the house that's going to be accessible, affordable, and manageable for you as you age out? Is this the last house? And if the
Right.
question's yes, then we should keep talking. And anybody that's in that position, that's lived in a home for a while, has amassed some equity because of the improvement in the market, and that is the forever home. They're there. And now concerns of long-term care, cost of living, maybe a partner has moved on to the next life and now things are a little different, managing a fixed income with only one pension or one social security. And that's a time where I feel like I can really be a resource to those folks. And if the listeners are that what they're calling the sandwich generation, which is me, where I'm taken care of and I'm being thoughtful about my parents, right? That baby boomer generation, or if you're listening and you are a baby boomer and anything I've said strikes a chord, then reach out to me at reversescott.com. Call me. I'm here, loanDepot, right here in Valencia. I've got an office. It's open. I'm welcome to have people come in and sit down and let's talk about your options, because you can use that reverse mortgage again to take that equity and plan for long-term care the rest of your days in that home,
Right.
or we can use that reverse mortgage to
And
actually
again,
purchase.
we'll get to that shortly. We're talking again with Scott Hoolahan, your loan depot reverse mortgage specialist. And you mentioned, yeah, if that's that long their forever home, but sometimes it's not. I was going to ask if it's not their forever home, and you mentioned that maybe all the children and kids have moved out, and this big house you don't need anymore, or unless you mentioned that maybe a partner has moved on, and maybe the house is too much house for you. What other options if it's not their forever home? Can they come to you as well?
100%. And I'm fortunate to work with some really, really skilled real estate agents here in town that understand all the dynamics of working with a senior and helping in that placement of helping you identify the right house. We're so blessed. We've got at least half a dozen and a couple coming of these 55 and older communities, some that have been very established, some brand new ones that are coming on that have those one-story, very manageable, affordable, and accessible homes with great lifestyles that come built in, like Belcaro and the Tesoro communities up there. So take the equity from the home you've owned forever. And most people think, well, then, Scott, if I'm going to go buy that forever home, I've got to take all my equity that I've amassed and buy that home for cash so I don't have a monthly payment, so I can manage expenses, without that extra pension or what may be the case. And my thought is, hey, let's look at how a reverse mortgage, depending on your age, you could only have to use 50 or 60% or less, maybe a little more, of that equity to buy that new forever home that has little to no maintenance, comes with all those great features and amenities, and you've got no mortgage payment. And in some cases, that may also leave you with several $100,000 of liquidity, and I can sit down and show you how that money could actually be invested into the real estate and grow over time to be a secure line of credit that can be tapped at any time, that is protected against market changes, climate changes. It won't be closed, and it'll be accessible, and it'll grow at an amazing rate. There's some products that have growth rates on those line of credits as high as 6.5% compounding. So we can take that money and we can look at how that could be used to plan out for the future. I've got clients that do that ahead of time and can really save themselves thousands of dollars when it's compared to the cost of trying to purchase long-term care at age 60, 65, 70.
And that's great. All I heard was money making money, saving money, money making
Right on,
money
man.
that you already are just maybe even just sitting on already. And all you have to do is just contact you and your team over at loanDepot. Money making money. You're sitting on money already, and you could even find a better fit rather than the home you live in already. Again, if you're not staying there forever, find something that's better for you, and then, hey, you can have some money for either healthcare or spread it around while you're here. That's fantastic. For them to get a hold of you, how can they do that? To start making money. Money making money.
You're spot on. Thank you. And it's reversescott.com. You can call me. 805-901-7373. I'll answer that call, set up a private appointment in my office right here in Valencia, loanDepot. I look forward to helping any way I can.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Scott, for coming on in again. I know the website. I know it by heart, but give it to him one more time.
reversescott.com.
Well, thank you for coming on in. Have a great Super Bowl weekend Sunday. And, let's not have the Patriots. Well, thank you, Scott, for coming on in. If you caught the tail end of that interview, you can catch it in its entirety by heading on over to Facebook.com or YouTube.com/KHTS Radio. This is KHTS FM 98.1 and AM 1220 and HometownStation.com.